going on, hooligans? Oh, you know what? Let's do that, like, super cliche, like, YouTuber opening. What's going on, guys? Another installment of the YouTube videos. Oh, that just... Let's do this normal. What's going on, hooligans? Monday. We got a vlog today. Apologies for no podcast yesterday, but as I said on the Instagram and everything, hit up the playlists. Everything gets automatically like added to it as soon as it's uploaded and everything, so you'll never miss them. Promise you that. I gotta see what we got going on for today. We're gonna recap UFC 228 because I didn't do that on the podcast, but some of these I want to save for the podcast as well. So we'll go. Okay, UFC 228 recap. I'll include the skip time for you folks. I saw a really dumb commercial that I wanted to talk about. And then let's talk about we'll either talk about the new Spider-Man game or the whole doing more video game videos on the channel. So, bam, we do have a plan. That's exciting. Hope you hooligans out there had a mucho bueno day. Or, well, mucho bueno weekend, I should say. Yeah. All my Etsy stuff, fart. I don't know how that, I meant to say finally. But yeah, all my, not even Etsy, all my Wish stuff, fartily came to me as well. So I'll show you these things. So bam, little mini figure of Shredder. I think he looks really badass too. Kind of has that old school, like, 90s look to him. At least I think so. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with the newer one. Maybe it is. It probably is from the newer one. But I finally have a Shredder figure. And I don't have any except for like a weird Kinder Egg one. So bam! A Master Splinter. Come on now. That's dope as shit. I have another one, but it's actually the like blue, like see-through kind of one. It's really cool. It's like a little minifig. And then this is where I got sad. Because I was glad that my stuff finally got here. They pictured the old school Raph, though. This is most certainly the new one. Still cool, but I thought it was going to be like the 90s Raph with Shredder. So I was a little bit more excited. But yeah, finally showed up anyway. Alright, let's roll the intro and then we'll get all this shit underway. I just noticed one thing in the camera. Sometimes I'll be, if I'm recording, or even like just before I start the video, the fucking coloring goes to like a super warm setting. So it gives everything this like orangish, yellowish like tinge. So if the last clip had that, I can see in the viewfinder, I'm good right now. Yeah, so there's a difference in the coloring and stuff like that. You know what? I'm talking about a bunch of shit that only I'd probably notice. Let's keep it rolling. Okay, gonna talk about UFC 228. Skip to that time. If you're not interested in MMA, I figured I'd talk about this first, so you can just kind of skip this, and then you have the rest of the vlog still. So, the first thing I'm gonna mention, they played Papa Roach, Last Resort, in the stadium, the arena, the facility holding the audience.
Cut my life into pieces.
Papa Roach Last Resort. Like, I'm sorry, is it 2001 again?
This is my last resort.
Wait, where's Limp Bizkit? Are they gonna come out and play a live show before the main event? Like, what's happening here? 2 Suolev stretches in one event. If you don't know what that is, go look it up, good folks. It is a crazy, like, variation of a knee bar to do to somebody. And we saw 2 in one event. That's something special, I promise you. Also, Nico Montano was stripped of her title. Her fight was canceled due to health issues, apparently. Valentina Shevchenko will fight before the end of the year for the vacant title. If I had to guess, probably against Joanna Jędrzejczyk, which if that's the case, oh, Joanna, I feel so bad for you. She's one of my favorites, but Valentina, I think, like, honestly, I think she's a better striker. I believe they fought before in Muay Thai or something. I might be thinking of Carolina. and Valentina is so much bigger than Joanna. Like size, height, that one's going to Shevchenko. I honestly believe if Shevchenko gets the 125-pound title, she is going to hold that belt for a long time. Okay, on to the fights that did happen. Alhassan versus Nico Price. How long was it? About an IG clip. About an IG clip long. That's a duration of time now. If anything can fit within a 1-minute window, it's about an IG clip. Jimmy Rivera and John Dodson, it was something that happened. Zabit Magomed Sharipov, a lot of people just call him Zabit, versus Brandon Davis. Man, Zabit is something special, good folks. Go watch this guy's highlight reels, or if you can find any of his fights, fucking watch his fights. I promise you, he is something special. Like, it is crazy. He will have somebody on the fence, like throwing combinations and everything on them, just throwing punches. He'll do a spinning back kick on them, land it, take a step back, and then fucking kick off the cage, and kick them in the side of their head. Like, it's fucking nuts. So yeah, Zabit, Z-A-B-I-T. I'll put it on here. Type that in. I promise the rest of his name will pop up. But he is something fucking special, good folks. I can't wait to see what the future holds for that young man. Now, folks, if you've been following this, you know Jessica Andrade is one of my favorite 115-pound fighters. She is amazing. I've been saying for a while that her style reminds me of a young Vanderlei, just constantly pushing forward like a fucking machine and bullying people. Seems like that's caught on now. A lot of people are saying that. Anyway, Jessica Andrade versus Karolina Kowalkiewicz. Holy shit. Don't let either of these ladies get mad and swing at you, first of all. Second of all, Jessica Andrade might have had the scariest knockout at 115 pounds. That was, I can't remember a knockout that looked like that in that weight class. The only other one I can think of from like female fighters recently, you'd have to go to Holly Holm and Ronda Rousey. Amanda Nunes' finish of Ronda Rousey was like, it was still good, but this was a knockout. Jessica Andrade is scary. And if she should only be fighting for the title next, if I'm being, that's my opinion. And if she fights Rose, I don't know, I don't know if Rose is going to be able to take that. Because I can't think of anybody that she's fought that Jessica Andrade fights like. Like, she is just so scary and so fucking strong. So yeah, Jessica Andrade, I'm excited to see what happens for her. I think if her and Rose fight, I think it's going to Jessica Andrade. Because she's not just a super scary striker either. She has really good grappling and wrestling as well. So, alright, main event. Tyron Woodley versus Darren Till. The young up-and-comer going against the champion, the veteran, the one who's been tested. What is it? Tyron Woodley, he reminded people what he can do. With the Damian Maia fight and then the two Wonder Boy fights, a lot of people were kind of like, man, what the fuck? Like, this guy's super boring now. It's whatever. Like, I don't even want to watch him. And honestly, the way he kind of went about a lot of things, like in interviews and stuff like that, I can see why other people would be turned off by him. Also, I don't think that people should write off Darren Till because, okay, Tyron Woodley won by second round submission. He won by Dar's choke. A lot of people are already writing Darren Till off. Darren Till is only 25 years old. He has time, good folks. He still has time to grow as a mixed martial artist, grow as a person. He hasn't even hit his physical peak yet, as a male and everything. So good folks, don't write Mr. Till off just yet. All right, we got to see what happens. Anyway, Tyron Woodley, he reminded everybody like what he can do, like what he is capable of. If he wants to push the fight and like go for it kind of thing, like if he steps on the gas pedal and keeps going, you're probably gonna have I don't want to say a long night, you're probably gonna have a short night on your hands. He's just, again, he's so explosive, he's so strong and so powerful. I'd love to see him in the middleweight division as well to see, like, kind of see how he would go up against a lot of those guys. But we'll have to see. Either way, I'm pretty sure Tyron Woodley is fighting Colby Covington now. Yeah. UFC 228 recap? Done. Hey, car companies, don't do things to appeal to a younger audience and then fuck it up. During the UFC event, I saw this really, really bad car commercial. Like, this was a fucking car commercial. Why are you using a VR headset during a car commercial? Okay, that's not even important, probably. Either way, here's the thing. The guy is sitting at a desk, and he has it on, and he's looking around and everything. If you have seen these in stores, if you've seen people use them on YouTube or anything, go check out the VR vids playlist, JuvyR Zone, all that good stuff, good folks. Done a couple myself. Humble brag, humble brag. Then you know how these headsets work. Right now. That's just the faceplate kind of thing. That's just covering the lenses and all that inside. You have to put your phone in it, obviously out of the case, but you have to put your phone in it for it to work. So when anybody, especially nowadays, if you're shooting a commercial and the guy's looking around, he obviously had the straps on, and he's looking around like this, I know that you're not seeing shit. You can basically see the other side of this, and it looks like you're looking through like a frosted glass window. Like, I can see the light shining through, I can see shadows and stuff. Other than that, you don't see shit, good folks. This does nothing. So it makes no sense, especially in an age where, like, so many people are using, like, whether it's the VR headsets, whether it's like really anything nowadays. You can't get away with that kind of shit. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I couldn't help, but I had to talk about that commercial. It was just, ridiculous. Honestly, that commercial just shows that, like, you can pretty much be the head of a fucking $1 billion, $1 million, whatever, like, company, but you do not know shit about, like, the younger generations or whatever that you're trying to connect to. Because you're doing shit, and especially nowadays, where people are noticing things, like little things, whether it's in movies, shows, or commercials, that type of shit, like, at least for me, I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing right now? There's nothing in that headset. You have no idea what, like, don't use something that you're not familiar with. At least for me, it just makes it look like it was a bunch of old people who were like, oh, let's appeal to the younger generation. They use those VR headsets. And they had no idea how to use them themselves. They could have easily had a phone that didn't even turn on or anything and put it in there for the commercial. Just saying. Okay, good folks, this will be super quick, and then probably wrap the vlog up after this. So, Sony has just released the Spider-Man game for PlayStation 4, and while, if you're not familiar with the Arkham games, it feels very new, it feels very, like, you know, something that's never really been done before. If you have played the Arkham games, you definitely see the influence on it. There is you can definitely see the fingerprints of Arkham all over the Spider-Man game, folks. The detective mode or focus mode, the towers that you have to, like, recalibrate kind of things, and then it unlocks things across the map, including crimes in progress, the upgrades to your suit. It was just, honestly, a lot of it reminds me of Arkham, the Arkham style of games. And that's not a bad thing. I love those games. Arkham Origins is actually one of my favorite games. Just, I don't know, getting to play as a young, angry Batman in a way. But yeah, the Arkham game, the Arkham Asylum City Knight Origins, you can definitely see their influence on the Spider-Man game. And for me, at least, I think it's really cool because that design of game and that style of game they created with the Batman now you get to do that with Spider-Man. You have a whole other world of powers and other things that you get to use instead. And I don't know. I think that's really, really fucking cool. But, like, I don't know. It's, again, it goes back to just, you know, if you're not familiar with what, like, how the Arkham games were, excuse me, go check into them. Honestly, they're worth revisiting. I think they still hold up nowadays. They're really, like, I know technology moves very fast and it feels like things are older quicker nowadays in a way, but no, like, these, to me, these are still great games. They still hold up and everything, and they're really, in the grand scheme of things, they're really not that old. But either way, with the Spider-Man game, because I don't have a PlayStation 4, I've been watching other people play it on YouTube or Twitch. And I gotta say, I think I've only seen one person that's like a Spider-Man fan playing it. Oh, I don't think you can see it right now. Hold on. I made this little guy with this piece. Oh, where are you? Hair from the Saw mask. I made this little guy, this figure, actually, Jacob Myers, little homie 127, been in the live streams and all over the Hooligan squad. He sent me the figure, and then J Everett 26, should be on the podcast soon, had this brick wall part in the background for a spawn. Actually, the figure is over there. The pegs or whatever didn't go on anymore, and that's fine, because I made it work for something else. Bam! And I can still turn his head and all that, you know what I mean? Anyway, I've really only seen like one person who's like familiar with the shows and the comics and some, like, if not all of the movies, some of the movies. It's just like, I don't know. It feels like some people are just kind of playing it because that's the current game and they're going to try and get followers or subscribers or whatever it is. But like, if you're playing this game and you're picking apart like everything about Spider-Man or whatever, or saying why this wouldn't work or why that wouldn't work, it's just, why'd you spend the money on the game? You know what I mean? Like, I don't, what? For me, going back to like the super old school cartoon, having Spider-Man as he's going through the city, you don't always see like where the webs like land on the buildings when he's swinging or anything. And honestly, even in like the PlayStation game back in the day, I like how they still incorporated that. Like, yes, you have the targeting kind of thing, so when you're swinging through the city or whatever, but a lot of the time it feels like it is that old school thing where the web just kind of shoots off out of frame and you're doing your thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like a nod to like the old school like Spider-Man cartoon in a way. At least like that's the way I looked at it. But yeah, I don't know. If any of you folks out there have played the game, let me know what you think. I know who like the villains are and everything, which is actually really cool. But yeah, let me know what you folks think of the game. Because I've only seen about one person who's actually like been a fan of it and just kind of like thoroughly enjoyed it. You know what I mean? I know they're out there. I know you folks are out there. So reach out. Let me know. Who can say it now? Only time. Alright, good hooligans, that is going to be the vlog for today. Quick little one for you. Some MMA talk, some video game talk, and some weird, just dumb commercials. That's what I had for you. You know what I mean? I just pulled it. Hold on. Fucking, there we go. I just pulled it out of my pocket right there. You know what I mean? Just, oh, what's that one? UFC 228. Oh, what's that one? Dumb car commercial. Oh, one more. Spider-Man game. You know what I mean? Itchy nose. Obviously, you can tell with everything, the most professional vlog channel on YouTube. It may be in the whole world. What? Hope you folks enjoyed the vlog. I appreciate you coming to check it out. Please share the content around, subscribe to the channel, make sure you click that little bell. Hopefully you get notified. YouTube's been kind of messing with us smaller creators lately. So we got to make sure we're staying on top of it. If you feel like you missed anything, hit up the playlists page and everything will be automatically added as soon as it's uploaded, so you'll never miss anything there. Also, if you want to support the channel other than giving me the beautiful time, links are in the description. We got the TeePublic store, the Redbubble store, and the Patreon. $5 patrons get early access to things. They get the exclusive video companion to the podcast. And yeah, making it worth your time, good folks. Yeah. Okay, mucho love. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment below. You might not get a reply. As long as they're positive, I read them all. Click the little thumbs up or the heart. Show it some love or show it some like. Yeah. Okay. Roll the outro.